Welcome, my friends. I'm Jen Hilman. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have a special yoga flow for you dedicated to relieving tension in the neck, shoulders, and head. These stretches are great for reducing chronic headache symptoms. Could even be helpful for those of you suffering with migraines or other like pressure or tension headaches. So you can go ahead and like this video, add it to your list of favorites. You can come back and find it anytime, because following along with these stretches can be extremely beneficial and helpful in relieving headache tension almost immediately. And don't forget to leave your comments below. I always love hearing your feedback, and any engagement you have with this video makes it easier for more people to find. So go ahead and share the love, spread the love, so more and more of you can enjoy these simple stretches to relieve your chronic headache tension. And we are going to engage in our practice today from a comfortable sitting position. So if it's most comfortable for you, you can sit on the floor, or you can just sit in a chair or even on the edge of your couch, wherever you feel comfortable, that you can sit nice and tall and lift up through your spine. So find yourself in a good, comfortable seat, and we will get ready to practice. So from your seat, we'll just start by taking some slow, deep breaths. Breathing in, breathing all the way up into your neck and all the way up into your head. Feel the breath expand your body. And we'll exhale completely, really feeling yourself condense and consolidate, compressing all the air out of your body. And we'll start with another inhale. Breathe into the back of your neck. Breathe into the base of your skull. Let that breath expand and stretch your body. And exhale, feeling yourself compress around your midline. Feel the density of your body coming back into center. Let's take another full cycle of breath, just like this. Breathing into that space at the base of your skull and behind your neck. And exhale. Let it go. And we'll start to lower your right ear to your right shoulder. And notice if your left shoulder starts to come up with you. See if you can anchor that left shoulder down so the shoulders stay level and just the head moves over towards the right side. You'll start to feel a stretch across the left side of your neck. For some of you, you may even feel a stretch down into the attachments in the shoulder joint. So wherever your body is tight, wherever you're holding tension, that's where you're going to feel this stretch the most. So wherever you're feeling it, send your breath to that place. As you inhale, feel your body expanding and stretching a little wider. And as you exhale, see if you can stretch just a little bit deeper. Now this time, bring your left hand to your left shoulder and bring your right hand up and over to the outside edge of your left head. Gently stretching your hands away from each other. You'll deepen the stretch across the left side of your neck. So we're just moving nice and slow here, really taking some mindful movements, some deep, steady breaths. If you're experiencing a headache right now, these stretches could be quite intense for you. So that's why we're just going slowly to really tune in with the breathing and be gentle with your body as you work into these stretches. And from here, you can keep your hands where they are. And just one simple movement. Begin to rotate your chin down towards the floor. And you can keep a gentle traction between your hands. Just stretching your hands a little further apart. You'll start to feel this stretch moving along the back edge of your neck and maybe even across the top of your left shoulder. Just breathe into that stretch. And you can roll your gaze back, looking straight forward, but still stretching the head open towards the right side. Now here we're going to extend the left fingertips open towards the left, keeping your right hand on your head, pulling the head towards your right shoulder. Reach and extend energy out your left fingertips, and you're going to feel a stretch moving all the way down, out the arm. So again, wherever you're feeling tight, that's where you're going to feel this stretch the most. Breathe into that space, inviting more space, more length, more softness. Roll your palm down towards the earth. You can continue that rotation, turning your palm towards the back. So your thumb is pointing down towards the floor, and you're going to feel this stretch rotate in your arm. Then slowly begin to rotate your palm open towards the sky. Just feel every degree of movement, little by little. As you open your palm towards the sky, we feel that stretch. And you can gently release your hands down into your lap and just let your head roll forward towards the center. Let your chin drop down towards your chest and just notice how you feel here. The left side may be feeling very stretchy, very open. You may also feel a little bit of a recoil as the muscles along the left side of your neck come back into a more neutral position. So it may feel very vastly different than the right side. We're going to open it up on that second side so you can begin to gently roll your left ear to your left shoulder. Just moving nice and slow. There's no rush here. We're really taking our time. So you can start just here, letting the head fall to the left. Notice if your right shoulder wants to start coming with you. It may be different from one side to the other. You want to try and stabilize the shoulders so the shoulders are on one level plane. And it's just the head that moves towards the left side. Then you can bring your right hand to your right shoulder. You can bring your left hand up and over to the right side of your head, or to your right head. Now just gently pressing your hands away from each other. Start to deepen and accentuate the stretch along the right side of your neck. Breathe into that space, going slow and steady. Feeling that stretch. Now we can begin to roll your chin down towards the floor. Slow and easy, rotating your gaze downward. You'll start to feel this stretch move into the back line along the edge of your neck. If it's very tight at the base of your skull, you may be feeling this stretch there in the occipitals. If your shoulders are very tight, you might be feeling this stretch more across the top of your right shoulder. So again, wherever you feel this stretch, that's where the tightness is. That's where you need to breathe. That's where you need to open. And you can roll your gaze back to the front, still opening that right side neck. And we'll slowly begin to extend your right arm down and out. So I'm not completely off to the side. I'm a little bit more at a downward angle, but actively reach through your fingertips. It's almost as if someone was grabbing your hand and pulling on your arm. So it's a very active stretch here. But stay consistent with your slow and steady breath. And we'll begin to rotate your palm down towards the floor. And then all the way to the back, so your thumb is pointing down. So feeling that full rotation through the arm, and just notice where the stretch goes as you move into that rotation. And we'll slowly begin to roll your palm up towards the sky, moving slow and steady, feeling the full range of motion. Notice where the stretch arises. Breathe into the sensation, allowing yourself to open. Ooh. Good, then you can gently release, bringing your hands down to your lap. Just let your chin roll down to center. And notice how you feel here, more open, more space, more length along the sides of your neck. From here, just draw your hands back behind your head. Interlace your fingers at the back of your head and let your elbows relax down towards the floor. Feeling the weight of your arms will give you a gentle traction along the back edge of your neck. Try to keep sitting up tall through your spine, lifting up so that it's just the head that's folding forward. Then really try and let your arms be heavy, hanging down towards the earth. That's what's going to give you the stretch you need along the back of your neck, and maybe even feeling it down your spine in some places. We're going to incorporate just a little bit of movement here. You can begin to rotate your chin right and left a little bit. Again, going slow and mindful in your movement. Notice how this changes the stretch. And if you come across a particular place that feels especially good, feel free to spend a little extra time there. So the whole focus in our practice today is slow and conscious movement, really paying attention to where the sensation arises, really experiencing the movement in the body. Then after you've done a couple of rotations of your head, right and left, you can begin to make your way back to neutral, just letting your chin fold forward. Still feeling the weight of your arms here. We're going to start to soften through the chest. So just letting your heart round forward slightly so the shoulders begin to round forward. You're going to feel this stretch begin to move down the length of your spine. You may feel it behind your shoulder blades. You may feel it in the mid-back. And you may start to feel the stretch moving all the way down into your low back. Again, wherever you feel it is where you need it. So breathe into that space. And we'll slowly release back to center. You can roll your head back on top, keeping your hands interlaced behind your head with your elbows hugging forward towards your cheeks. I'm going to start to lean your head back into your hands, reaching your elbows up towards the sky, moving into a little heart opener here. As you stretch your elbows up, you'll start to feel a little stretch behind your shoulders. As you lean your head back, you might start to feel a stretch across the front of your neck. And let's gently roll your head back to center, coming all the way up to neutral, and gently release your hands down into your lap. You can close your eyes here for a moment and just feel what you feel. Notice if there's any relief, more openness, or more space. And we'll continue our journey. You can just make a few little head rolls. Again, moving slow and steady here. We don't want to move into any jerky or quick, sudden movements. We want to really go slow and mindfully here. Notice what you feel. Be with your body. Be with the movement. And when you're ready, you can reverse directions, rolling your head the other way. See if you can really feel each degree of rotation, from the front to the side to the back of your neck. Really feel the fullness of this stretch. And you can begin to float your head right back up on top, coming all the way up into a seat. Hopefully you are already starting to feel some relief. A little bit of stretching can go a long way. We're going to continue to work into the tops of the shoulders, which is often where some of that chronic tension can begin, right there in the tops of the shoulders, and then it creeps up the neck and into the base of the skull. So from here, we're going to wrap your right arm across your chest. You can wrap your left arm underneath that. So you're giving yourself a hug with the right arm on top. Reaching your hands around towards your shoulder blades, we're going to gently soften through your chest. Rotate your gaze down, kind of nestling your head between your two arms and giving yourself a little rounding in your spine. You can really hug yourself here, stretching across the tops of your shoulders and stretching that space in between your shoulder blades. And lifting back up through center. From here, with your elbows crossed, we're just going to rotate your arms so your fingertips point to the sky. Then we're going to cross your forearms as best you can, eventually working to bring the hands, palms together. So we've got our eagle arms. Stretch your forearms towards the front. So I'll just rotate here so you can see. We're going to press the forearms forward, and as you do, you're going to feel a deepening stretch between the shoulder blades and across the tops of your shoulders. Start to reach your elbows up towards the sky, lifting your heart. We move into a baby back bend, still stretching the elbows, the forearms forward away from your face. We get a big, deep stretch here. And gently make your way back to center. And then we'll just uncross your arms. Reach that right arm all the way across your chest. We're going to use your left hand to give you an assist, pressing that right elbow across. So again, just breathing into a stretch across the tops of the shoulders, allowing that tension to release. Gently make your way back to center. You can let your arms come down. Maybe roll your shoulders around a few times. And then we'll get ready to play on the other side. So we'll begin by wrapping your left arm around your chest. Wrap your right arm underneath. So we're giving yourself a hug. And gently round your chest forward, rounding through your spine, and let your gaze drop down between your arms. As you round through your spine, reach your elbows forward and let your head nestle down between your arms. This will allow you to get a deeper stretch across the upper back. We want to breathe into that space you've created, expanding your breath, breathing into your back body. And coming back to center, we'll roll your spine back up. Then keeping your elbows crossed, we're just going to turn the fingertips up towards the sky. Then we're working to wrap the forearms around each other, eventually bringing your hands together. into that eagle arms. We're going to stretch your forearms forward, really actively reaching the forearms away. And you're going to feel that stretch along the back of the left shoulder here. Then we start to take it into a lift, curling your heart towards the sky, reaching your elbows forward, reaching the forearms away from your face. We curl into a baby back bend. Breathe into the space you've created. Say yes to the work as we open up the chest and shoulders for 3, 2, and 1. And gently return to center. You can uncross the arms. And then we're just reaching that left arm across your chest. Bring your right hand to your left elbow and press that elbow around. So giving yourself a nice big hug here, stretching across the left shoulder. You want to breathe slow and steady, feeling into that stretch. Enjoy this moment here to be in your body and to care for yourself. And we'll slowly release. And just let your arms come down into your lap. If it feels good, you can make some circles here, rolling the shoulders around a few times, moving in both directions. Now, one of my favorite ways to reduce tension in the neck and shoulders is with a little bit of self-massage. Of course, having someone else massage you is such a great luxury, but not one that we can always afford or have time for. And when that headache creeps up, you just got to take what you can get. And sometimes you just got to do the work yourself. So you can reach your hands up to the tops of your shoulders and just begin gently kneading across the tops of the shoulders here. So I'm using the flat parts of my fingers, and I'm giving a medium to firm pressure and just pulling my shoulders forward. So just really working the tops of the traps there. You may notice some knots in there, some particular places that are very tight. You can spend a little extra time in those places if that's what feels good. Then you can begin to take this up into your neck. So I'm working along either side of the spine, still using the flat finger pads to press into the back of the spine, and I'm working my way up to the base of the skull. Now, once you get to the base of your skull here, you can press your fingertips forward and begin to lean your head back. This will allow you to massage into the occipital ridge. See if you can really relax those muscles as you gently rotate your head right and left. And this rotation is coming from your arms, from your hands, applying pressure in alternating directions, right and left. I'm just giving you a nice good massage at the base of your skull. And as you feel ready, you can continue your journey, massaging back down the neck. So here I'm actually incorporating the thumb and getting a little bit of a squeezing action, squeezing and massaging the muscles along either side of my spine, working along the neck. We're massaging here, and you can work your way all the way down to the tops of the shoulders. So again, I'm still incorporating a little bit of that squeezing motion. This is a great way to help your body really release toxins and to let go of any adhesions or holding patterns in the muscles. So this is where we really start to encourage the muscles to let go and relax. And we'll just make a light fist. You can begin to just tap across the tops of your shoulders and even into the back of your neck. Gentle tapping, okay? Don't go crazy. Just use enough pressure that feels good. Massaging, tapping across the tops of your shoulders and the back of your neck. And let's just take one final self-massage technique. This is one that I love. Just bringing your hands up onto your head, you can begin to massage your scalp. If there's a particular place where you experience headaches, or if there's any part of your head that hurts right now, you can focus your attention massaging that particular area. Otherwise, I find it very beneficial to just massage along the whole head. It's very stimulating to the nervous system. It's very great for bringing in a little bit more circulation and blood flow around the cranium. And sometimes that's all we need to help reduce that headache tension, because when we bring more blood into the area, we bring more oxygen into the area. And when our cells have more oxygen, they just automatically feel better. So that self-massage can do a lot for helping to flood an area with oxygen-rich blood. So after you give yourself a good neck and shoulder and head massage, you can just come to a place of stillness. You can close your eyes as you sit comfortably. Sitting up nice and tall, lift through the crown of your head. Notice how you feel now compared to when we first began. If you are noticing reduced headache or reduced neck and shoulder pain, smile to yourself. This is what you did by spending this few minutes with yourself. You allow your body to heal and restore itself to balance. If you are still dealing with some headache tension, or if this is something that is a chronic issue for you, go ahead and like this video. Add it to your list of favorites. You can come back and practice. The more you practice, the more benefit you will receive. Please leave your comments below. If this video was effective for you, share the word, share the video. Let's help more people relieve their chronic headache pain. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is an honor and a pleasure to be your guide. I look forward to seeing you on your mat again soon. Until then, Namaste.